Knight of Swords could be a messenger. Could be somebody who's coming very quickly to you to bring clarity, news. This could be spirit giving you messages through signs and synchronicities or downloads if you're in tune. This could also be somebody coming to tell you something, or it could represent you. I'm thinking it's somebody coming towards you because I feel like the Hermit is you and the Queen of Wands. Tarot isn't about gender, so apply the roles however you want to apply them because it's all about energy. Just like astrology, I'm a professional astrologer, psychic, medium, empath, so I talk about astrology. That's too many cards, but I'll take the top one. The Empress. Beautiful! The Empress. Well, we're starting off with some pretty heavy hitter cards. This could be the Knight of Swords coming towards the Empress, or the Empress is about to receive word on something. Interesting. This brings me back to a reading we had, I want to say in the last 6 weeks. You can go to the Divine With Me playlist or Channeled Messages playlist for all my older readings. Also, in case you're wondering, this is an intentional black screen reading. I work with what I've got in the moment, and sometimes I do auditory content and sometimes I do recorded filmed content. And when I launch my Patreon in the near future, I'll be offering private exclusive full readings in video form. So if you're really looking for that and you like my style, just hang in there and join our community. We've got a spiritual community going here. Seven of Wands, something is divinely protecting this communication. That's what I'm sensing here. I was speaking on astrology signs. You got to kind of go with the flow, which is funny because we were talking about me putting on the flow playlist. We've been talking about unexpected change a lot in the collective. This is a collective message. When I speak on zodiac, I'm speaking on energies, just like gender. It's how it forms, it's what it's associated with. We're not talking about specific people, but if it rings any bells about specific people in your life or different aspects of your own birth chart that you know about, well then apply it where it fits, right? And yeah, no, not everything is going to resonate. Knight of Cups. Someone is coming forward with some kind of expression of fulfillment, we'll say. Some people would say love, some people would say creative project, expressing feelings, opening up. I guess this is kind of turning into a tarot reading. I thought I was going to do a channeled message purely, but I've been also adapting to change. 6 of Cups. Okay. Some kind of soulmate or someone from your childhood or someone that you can be your inner child with safely. You can have fun, you can play, you can relax, you can enjoy life. Or this is something that somebody wants to communicate because we've got both the Knight of Swords and the Knight of Cups. King of Wands. Well, we have a divine counterpart here with the King and Queen of Cups. So whoever or whatever this message is about, it's a match. It's in alignment with you, we'll say. Whatever that means, apply it to your personal life. However, because again, collective message, not everything will resonate, some of it will. Follow the signs and synchronicities. If I see any, I will definitely speak on them, like the 1010. Perhaps somebody had to close, both of you, whoever and whatever this is about, had to close major chapters and put down the past. Transmute the devil, so to speak. Transmute the toxins, detoxify, purify, make space. And Spirit has been protecting both of you, whatever this is in regards to. One of you is definitely more receptive and the other one active. I'm going to say you are the receptive one because you came out as the Queen and the Hermit, the Queen of Wands and the Hermit, and the person coming towards you is a Knight action energy. Yeah, this is some kind of bold action, and it's something about some kind of connection. Six of Cups could also be about something, communicating something from the past, or wanting to start something new after coming out of something from the past. Let me get a clarification here on the Six of Cups. Two of Wands. Setting intentions, making plans, waiting for your ships to come in. One of you is creating an internal process world, and the other one is taking actions and being diligent. And like I said, one is more active, one is more receptive. You'd say receptive is more feminine and active is more masculine. Yet again, we all embody all energies. And we all go through different cycles. Eight of Swords. I do read out every card, by the way, so you don't miss anything. And when applicable, I use descriptive audio to speak on what the cards look like. I want to make another note that when I create the shorter form versions of this content, I clip it so the messages flow, so you can watch or listen to them back to back in case you don't have time for the entire. I usually call them tarot quests because they can run up to an hour and a half to 2 hours long. And if this is a tarot quest, which I don't really know, Spirit's really guiding me to get away from labels, and I've been telling the collective a lot to not get stuck in a box. I just pulled the Queen of Cups right over the Ten of Wands and the Hermit. Anyways, enough about me. The Queen of Cups is a very loving, receptive, nurturing, emotionally sensitive, giving person. I feel like you are the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Cups here. You're very magnetic, you're very loving, you're very receptive. We also have the Empress here. Now that could represent you as well. You could be an Empress, and again, you could be an Emperor. I don't typically read back and forths, only because I read the energy as it presents, and whoever it's meant to apply to, it will apply to, because my messages are very specific, and I set very positive intentions that they reach who it's supposed to reach at the right time, because they are timeless messages. This could be about the past, present, or the future. I tap into multiple timelines and multiple groups in the collective at once, and the collective is everyone. That's why this is not sign specific. And some of you were wondering, I'm a professional astrologer, why don't I do readings for signs? Well, I'm an intuitively led person, and I believe that we are tapping into the collective, and whoever's being tapped into at the time is who Spirit knows needs to hear the messages the most. So no, I don't confine myself and put myself in boxes of a filming schedule, because, as I said before, I'm a creator, not a supplier. And if you're looking for somebody who is on a schedule, there are a lot of other people out there. I find that my work comes out best when it is impromptu and intuitively led and inspired. That's how I show up for my community. But I am consistent because I do release a couple of videos or recordings, whatever you want to call them, a week, along with keeping a consistent blog. When you go to the community page, I've got a nice amount of literature there. You can check out pictures, links, whatever. Okay, pulled the Four of Swords next to the Queen of Wands. Let's get back to the message. I felt like somebody needed to hear that. Somebody was wondering, so there you go. Hope that answers your questions. Four of Swords, so you're definitely waiting for some kind of manifestation, or you're not waiting, but you're resting. You're in receptive mode, because we don't wait for things. We keep living our lives, right? You can take a pause and not wait. I know that sounds confusing, but that's what meditation is. That's what mindfulness is, which I also speak on. Seven of Cups. 7-7 synchronicity now. I had a reading called 7-7 Angel Check that out in the playlist description box and on the channel. Considering options. You're going to go with whatever is for your highest and greatest good, though. We have the Eight of Swords down here underneath the Seven of Wands, and I was drawn away from it because it feels like Spirit is protecting you from getting stuck in your head, whatever that means. So you have a lot of, wow, stutter, interesting. You have a lot of divine protection, and I think somebody doesn't want you to know that. Some of you might be scared about some options or changes in your life, hence the stutter. I'm not, in my day-to-day life, I don't stutter. The only time my words get jumbled and messed up is when I'm channeling, and sometimes Spirit crosses the words, or I'll pick up on the energy of whoever I'm reading, which is what I'm doing as an energy reader, as an empath, and I'm picking up on multiple. Okay, so just because one message is a certain way doesn't mean it's your message, and it doesn't mean it's not. If the signs and synchronicities ring true to you, then that means pay closer attention, right? Trust that if you found this message, there is something here for you. And people say that, and there's a reason for it, because those are intentional readers. Those are the readers you want to pay attention to, because they're not just supplying readings to get readings out. They're supplying sacred information to specific people in the collective. And a lot of times these messages are so vast because the collective is vast. That's over 8 billion people in the world. And it's every conscious being, so perhaps not everyone is a conscious being for whatever reason. But I'm willing to bet that you're a conscious being if you're listening to this. Death underneath the Seven of Cups. Well, that's a death to option. It looks like some of you have made up your mind. You're no longer stuck in your head. Because we got the Four of Swords with Seven of Cups underneath, and then death. So a huge change is happening over your life right now. Yeah, you're no longer stuck. You totally know how to work your magic. You know how to nurture yourself so you don't let your burdens weigh you down. In fact, you don't have any burdens because you surrendered them all to Spirit. Wow, the Fool just jumped out at me. Interesting. So I did like a 2-minute pre-shuffle before I started this recording. And what's interesting was the first two cards, and I'm getting chills on my arms and my legs as I say this, which is Spirit confirming. The Fool is a new beginning, and the Devil is, well, bad juju. Okay, it's bad energy. It's not necessarily the devil itself. It's devil mind, it's addictions, it's obsessions, it's bad behaviors, karmic people, karmic behaviors, just things that are out of balance and not doing well for you, whatever, whoever, whenever it may represent, right? It could be you. You could be in devil mind, but this energy is not that. We're talking about a minuscule energy that is the outside of this, but I feel like you have fought hard in order to be able to be this secure with this kind of energy coming at you, because the Ten of Wands and the Ten of Swords, those are not. That's it with the devil. That's somebody intentionally trying to make you suffer, trying to give you things that didn't belong to you, that were actually supposed to be mutual responsibilities, not burdens, right? And the Ten of Swords is literally, it's somebody laying on with their face down in the dirt next to a shore with 10 swords in their back. It's betrayal, and it's by more than one person. But it's over with. It's over. And it's interesting because some of these energies, and I don't like to get stuck in karmic energies or invoke fear, so we're not going to go there, all right? We're not going to let that energy take over this beautiful reading, because we're not going to let it distract from the fact that we have something coming to you right now, whoever you are, that represents either the Empress, the Queen of Cups, Queen of Wands, or all three. Or the Devil. You could be the Devil and you've decided to transmute your energy. When I say the Devil, I mean that the representation of the card. Or you could be somebody who's healing devil-like behaviors? If so, and you've become this energy of the Empress and the two queens, you're doing a really good job. So good job. I'm sensing no, because I just got mildly psychically attacked. No, we got a creeper. That's cool. You can go. I'm going to ring my bell in 3, 2, 1. I don't tolerate that. So what I was trying to say at the beginning here is in the pre-shuffle, the Fool in reverse came out with the Devil. Okay. And then the Devil in reverse came out. And then with the actual shuffle, we got the Ten of Wands in the beginning and then the Devil upright. So what I'm getting here is someone's got a very thick head and they're persistently trying to take your new beginning. Why? Probably because they don't know how to start their own and they're jealous. That's part of the Devil energy. We just got the Well now. The Well. Okay, so this deck, there are 2 cards, the Well and the Artist. Now, from what I understand, the Well, and I'm still learning this deck because I just got it like a month ago. The Well is the Empress 2.0. The Well is creation itself. It is being in creator mode. It is being, as Christians would say, Christ consciousness. It is being the I am, okay? It's interesting. I actually was reading a mantra last night for meditation, which is the Violet Flame mantra. And I'm feeling compelled to look at it and read it for everyone. One moment. My timer on my phone said 2323. That could be a synchronicity. Look it up. The angel number 2323. I might actually have that saved in my phone as well. One moment. Violet Flame affirmation. Okay, so if you are a more conscious being, you're a spiritual person, you believe in spiritual protection, you meditate, call upon the violet flame for absolute clarity and protection from all. The violet flame affirmation, there are different ones, but this is the one that really resonated with me, and I think it was a download for the collective for today. By the way, the moon is in Scorpio today. I always mention what the moon sign is in per reading because it shares the energy of the collective and what we're all feeling and processing as a community as a whole, right? Okay. So Scorpio goes deep, they go into the hidden, they go into the occult, and they're very wise and emotionally intelligent, okay? Anyways, violet flame affirmation. I am a being of the violet fire. I am the purity source desires. I am a being of the violet fire. I am a river of divine love. I am a being of the violet fire. I am a believer in sacred miracles. I am a being of the violet fire. I am a receiver of manifest blessings. And that one is by sagegoddess.com in case you were wondering. So I'm not going to look up 2323. Definitely do if you feel called to it. That's also breaks down to 5-5, change transformation, or 10. The last channeled message I did, which I will link at the end of this video and in the description box, goes into change. We had a lot of repeats of the number 3-3 and 5-5 in that reading. And something I didn't note because it was after the reading ended, when I looked at the clock, it was 10:10. And we got 10:10 to start this reading, and this is the reading I did right after that one. Obviously a few days have gone by, but they're connected energetically somehow. So definitely check that out if you feel called to it. I want to say I called it, well, you'll see it. You'll find it. I always link it. Anyways, it's not important. The Well, this is about creating something on your new beginning, okay? Just for the heck of it, we are going to pull from the book here so I can read the actual definition of the Well. Oh, I landed on the Artist, which we were just talking about. Okay, the Well card.